The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar, Monday to Friday, almost every day, every weekday. We do Bitcoin Daily because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, what's happening with altcoins. Are we gonna pump? Are we gonna dump? What is all of this about? Hello everybody in the chat, Crypto Prince, Master, Alif, and Toxic. How you guys doing? And everybody else who did smack the like button, but it's not writing in the chat. So everybody, hello and welcome to the Bitcoin Daily. Now today, I think we're gonna talk about good news, the bullish scenario, the bullish hopium, whatever you want to call it. As you see in the poll, are you excited? And people are about what? What am I gonna be excited about? The breakout, man. About the breakout. Are you excited that this falling wedge that's been going on forever is right now coming to an end, and we're gonna have a breakout? By the way, my mic is working. Can you show me the wind tunnel model? It's in the basement, so. So, wind tunnel. It was a poor joke, but I was to my defense, it was a little bit too early in the day. That is exciting. Yeah, that's nice. So this falling wedge needs to break out. We are coming very, very close to that. So either we're gonna break this line down here and go down to the support, or we're gonna break towards the upside and go towards the upside, right? And if we break this on downside, I'm not quite sure we're gonna have a breakout out of the big wedge today, but there is another breakout that might be happening today, and that's this very nice triangle happening here. If you look at the 4-hourly time frame, look at these wicks, man. Look at these wicks up here. Look at these wicks up here, man. It's very nice. So there will definitely be some kind of a breakout today. Whether it's gonna be out of the big wedge or not, we do not know, but this is gonna break today. This very nice triangle that's pattern has been forming, because if you remember yesterday on the live stream late at night, we were about somewhere up here, right? And we are looking at this candle up here. This candle closed above the support. This was about this was the last candle before the 4-hourly candle before the daily close. So you can see here this just went sideways right now. Right now it's falling a little bit down, but this support at 38,406 bucks is still holding, and we are not out of the triangle just yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna analyze this triangle up here. We're gonna find out what levels exactly it has to break to fall out of the triangle, and once that happens, one of two things is gonna happen. In case we break out of some kind of triangle up here towards the upside, probability that we're gonna break this 200 moving average on the 1-hourly time frame. You can see it right over here, but most importantly this wedge up here, if we break to upside, we just might break the wedge towards the upside and continue having very nice rally towards the upside. On the other hand, if we do break on the downside, we might retest the support on the downside. So you can see right here, this breakout that's about to happen is important breakout. That said, guys, are you excited about that? Some saying 75 BP hike. What WTF? Yeah, it was kind of expected, so we already know that. It's they're trying to slow down inflation, or they're saying they're trying to slow down inflation, but they are know exactly what. Listen guys, let me explain to you something. There are a lot of smart people, and I mean very, very, very smart people, working in a very, very high positions in very, very important institutions. And these people are so smart, like they got all the right, answers in the schools. They went to, to Harvard, to Princeton, to Yale, to, all of these good universities. They got the best scores. Not only that, these people have people under them that are like, savants, mathematical savants. They got people under them that are so extremely talented. It's extreme. And all of these people, all of this knowledge, right, created inflation. Do you understand that? The inflation don't just happen, it's created. You understand that, right? Inflation, all the markets moved are created because somebody wants that to happen. The lowering of the interest rates, when it was going down to zero, it was created. They knew what's gonna happen. I mean, these people are not stupid, you understand? So if something happens, it's because somebody wants it to happen. So when we had interest going down to zero, somebody wanted to happen, and right now they know exactly what's going to happen once the QE stops, and when the interest starts going up, they know exactly what's going to happen. They know exactly what's going to happen. These are not stupid. Like me and you can figure out what's going to happen. these savants, these geniuses, these, you know, brainiacs, they know, you know, they have, and they all have all the data, all the statistical data in the world over centuries, you know, to analyze. They got patience as well to analyze the data, and they got, you know, manpower to, you know, analyze all the data. They know exactly what's gonna happen. So this is not something that's coming out of the, oh, look at that inflation, oh, suddenly, oh, no, we're gonna just, you know, lower the interest rate and everything. No, it doesn't work like that. It's created, manufactured. So, you know, 75 BPI, we already know the interest rates are going up, you know, we already know the markets are supposed to crash and so forth, so forth. It's already been written in the stones, so, you know, it's happening. So that said, I think 75 BP hike is already, you know, priced in. But if you get something like 50, that might be a good for market, right? If you get like, you know, 100, it might be bad. We're in the matrix. Yeah, be definitely in the matrix. So, you know, how you all feeling? My feeling is bearish. What about you guys? I'm not 100% bearish. I'm gonna explain to you why. And I'm actually quite bullish. I'm not quite bullish, but, you know, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful bullish if there's something like that. It's not a reaction out of control into meltdown. No, they're not reacting. They're just pushing whatever they started pushing, you know, a long time ago. So, you know, there is no reacting to. Markets are very well, you know, controlled. Markets are very well controlled. Nothing happens without, you know, them, you know, very smart people in very smart positions, important positions, you know, doing stuff. So I'm very hopeful that this triangle up here, let's go to the daily time frame, this triangle up here is gonna break out. Let's just remove certain, let's go to another chart up here. Yeah, this is a nice chart, why not? So you can see here, first thing first, we are going in some kind of downtrend down here, below the moving averages. We already know that, so nothing special about that. We already know this very nice falling wedge that's happening, that we need to break out eventually out of, right? So nothing out of the ordinary up here. So far, everything nice. We need to break out either towards the upside or the downside. And I said, you know, towards the upside, it is looks like a little bit more likely than towards the downside. Now, if you do break on the downside, do not panic, because it just might be a spring effect towards the upside. So even on the move on the downside, we are still not panicking, and we still have time to recover. So the reason we have time to recover, there is a very nice important trend line that we are not breaking. Now we gotta talk a little bit about trend lines, because here on the daily time frame there has been a lot of trend lines. A lot of people have been drawing different kind of trend lines, and right now we are talking about the support trend line on the downside. So, you know, there is other ways, you know, a lot of ways to draw this. This is one of the ways you can just pull the trend line. You can see that we already broke below the trend line. So, you know, whether that's legit trend line or not, you know, it's up for discussion. There are other types of trend lines, maybe something like this, where we broke on the downside. There is this one up here, where we are still, you know, sitting, you know, broke on downside, but, you know, we're trying to reclaim it again. And there is this one up here somewhere, like this. You can see, like, most of the trend lines are broken. We are still sitting on some kind of support, but I don't think none of these trend lines are that important. What I'm going to show you is the monthly trend line, and I think the monthly trend line, the weekly trend line, and I think the weekly trend line is exceptionally important one, especially these two with these 2 weeks up here, because you can see here we are still holding that. I mean, if you pull it up a little bit here, it's not actually on the dollar, but, you know, it's very nice trend line so far. It's holding, and there are, of course, even on the weekly time frame, there are other ways to draw the trend line. Let's see up here, something like this, you know. So we might have this you know, support down here at some kind of 35,000 levels, but I'm looking at this trend line up here right now, and it is a very nice trend line. Up here might be something like this, you can see. So we might be in some kind of a triangle, There is also a possibility of this one. How did we draw this before? Yeah, this is a nice one. Yeah, this is probably it. So you can see here we are in the triangle as well. Not only are we falling wedge, but we are in the triangle. So over here, so this might be some kind of triangle. You can see here how it was holding support, then we fell back into it. Right now sitting down on support down here. We can definitely fall below the line down here, and that would be very bad, but we are not quite yet sure. So even this triangle up here, not only the falling wedge is coming to an end, but this triangle triangle as well. Let's pop some moving averages on this baby up here, so you can see here that we are still having a lot of resistance right up. So even if we make a move towards some kind of 41.5 up here, we can still get rejected by that and then fall on the downside. But if you do make, you know, move outside of the triangle, we can just pick back in. That's why I'm saying that, you know, it can be some kind of fake out towards the downside and upside. So there is this, you know, falling wedge up here. We start to move down and then, you know, bounce, because this is a weekly time frame, so you can just get a weak right back inside the triangle and continue towards the upside. On the daily time frame, that will be some kind of a spring effect, so we can definitely get some kind of spring effect down on the downside and right back up here, you know, back up to some kind of 42 levels up here at the top again. You know, but the breakout needs to happen. We need to close the weekly below the line, and then we have to probably retest that on the weekly time frame and then continue on the downside if we are gonna have this capitulation phase that's gonna happen. All right, but it's not, we are not there yet. That's the very important thing. We are not quite there yet. We have a very nice falling wedge happening up here on the charts. Let's pop the falling wedge down here. We have a very nice falling wedge pop happening on the charts, something like this, right? And this falling wedge right now is coming to some kind of ending down at the support line up here. So if you do fall out of the falling wedge, do not panic. Look, algo is pumping. Yeah, there's a reason for that. I'm gonna tell you the reason. We are falling out of the falling wedge down here. So if we fall out of, do not panic, because there is big probability it can be a spring towards the upside, back inside the triangle up here, maybe even all the way up to the top, and then new move towards downside, then break this level and continue on the downside. I mean, this is just a hypothetical. We are right now saying what can and cannot happen, or you can just hold this support breakout here and go up here. Nothing is actually done until we break this resistance up here at right now. That's resistance around 42 levels, and you can see this trend line up here, especially on the weekly time frame, needs to be broken. So technically we are not bullish, but we are not bearish, but we are hopeful bullish, and that's a very good thing for the price, right? Or for us, right? Hopeful bullish is good because we are holding some kind of supports. We have some kind of nice levels to hold, and the fact that this is taking so long down here, it does give me hope that, you know, it might just break out of this rising falling wedge towards the upside and maybe go to the top. Move on the downside. I'm still saying, although we are definitely breaking some very important structure on the downside, it can be a fake out towards the downside, a spring that's gonna be created right back inside here, consolidation, and then, you know, continuation towards the upside. So how this is actually gonna play out? Are we going back down to 23, 24, 25,000? Very hard to tell. We don't often call that. You know, the guy, this looks like a giant bear flag down to 23, 24, 25,000. There is a lot of reasons why we should go down to 23, 24, 25,000. But we are not there yet, you know, and as long as we can keep the hopium, bullish hopium up, I mean, on this channel, we're gonna still continue doing that, right? So this looks okay. This looks okay. I'm still hopeful until something big happens. The problem is we don't have that much happening right now, and we don't either have bullish confirmation or bearish confirmation on the charts. So something needs to happen before we actually can call it, right? Something needs to, so either some kind of move on the downside where we fail to get back up, that would be rejection. Now that's the time to panic. So panic is not when you drop on the downside. Panic is when you go towards the upside and fail to get back in. This is the when you should panic, right? When you see the move down, do not panic. When you see the move up and it starts doing this over here and I cannot get back inside above the resistance and then starts moving on the downside, that's the panic time. That's when we panic, right? That's when we are like full-blown panic and, you know, sell all, go to the beach and come back in 15 years or something like that, right? I don't know. Not financial advice, of course. But you know, the dump is not the panic. The panic is failure to get back up. Okay. On the other hand, hopefully bullish, this just continues towards the upside here. So this is what's happening right over here right now. This triangle that we just said, we gotta look at that and see what are we gonna break towards that, because this is gonna be the very first sign of, you know, the bullishness or bearishness towards the upside. So I think right now this triangle that's been forming here on the 1 hourly time frame is very, very important, especially this triangle up here. So let's remove the moving averages a little bit up here and see what's happening on the charts. And maybe it's something like this up here, give or take. It looks a little bit steeper than that. Maybe even something like this up here. you know, this is too steep, so this is not it. This cannot be it. I think it's something like this, give or take. Let's use the bottom ones. None of these are actually nice, but you know, it's one only. And then you got this resistance, but it's not this one, because I think it's something like this up here, maybe all the way up there. Yeah, it looks nice. So this triangle up here needs to break out very soon. This triangle, especially up here, needs to break out very soon. It goes all the way up to some kind of 10, 11, 12 o'clock up here. So today we will have the breakout, guys. Today we will have to break out of the little triangle, not the big, not necessarily the big falling wedge, but this little triangle up here, very important triangle to follow and see where the breakout does happen. Now, if you look at the moving averages, you also see that we are being squeezed by the 10 moving average, sorry, 50 moving average up here, and then there are, you know, these other moving averages that are coming down here. So right now they are squeezing us. So before we actually break out of the triangle, we'll break out of the moving averages toward one side. We might have some kind of consolidation in the breakout, move below the moving averages, consolidation, and then break out toward the downside. How this actually gonna play out, it's not very interesting, but the big triangle is interesting, and the breakout will soon happen. So today, this is the breakout. This is what we are watching today. This is the move that we are looking at. If we break on downside down here, we are breaking this move towards the upside, and we are breaking important structure. So we are looking at to retest the bottom down here again. On the other hand, if we for whatever reason break through upside, that can be a little bit bullish, as long as it doesn't go back down again, because this 1 hourly time frame can only play over here, and it's already done, and then it can continue on the downside. So we can also keep an eye on the 4 hourly time frame. On the 4 hourly time frame, we got this very important 50 moving average that's been acting as a resistance for a while right now, and we need to break that. So if we do get to move towards the upside up here, this 50 moving average is very close to this trend line up here, so you know, it will be important to break the 50 moving average towards the upside. Nothing yet, that's nothing is right now confirmed or not confirmed. Everything is in some kind of limbo between the reality and fiction. So we are still watching the move, we are still watching where this is gonna go. We do not know how whales play the cards, so you know, there's that. But once that starts happening, guys, you're gonna know, because you are following me on Twitter, so you're gonna know there. Probably you're probably in my Telegram channel, so you're gonna know there. Or you know, there will probably be emergency videos, and you already have notifications all button on, and you're a subscriber, so you're gonna know that. So one or the other way, you'll know if something big happens. But right now, nothing big is happening. It's consolidation. It's nice morning here in Norway, very sunny today. Everything looks good and nice, and of course algo is pumping. So everybody, so algo is pumping up. Algo is up right now by something like where is algo? Where is algo on my chart, man? There is it. Algo is up 18.16% today. The reason for the pump is because they right now became the first blockchain sponsor of the FIFA 2022 World Cup, and that's a big news. That's big news. Where is it? Where did I read that? Let's go up here. Not there. Let's go to Crypto Panic. Crypto Panic. I think there should be, of course, news on Crypto Panic. Ethereum. Let's go. Algorand. Algorand explodes after becoming. Yeah, this is the one up here. Algorand explodes 25% after becoming the official blockchain platform of FIFA. Official blockchain platform of FIFA. Algorand signed a deal to become the official blockchain sponsor of the upcoming. Sponsor. The sponsor is, it's not official blockchain of the upcoming, it's official blockchain sponsor. They're just sponsor. They're giving money. They're giving money. But the fact that they're doing this and made you know, this deal come through is very bullish for Algorand, because it shows that the team behind it is very serious. It's willing to use the marketing power to push the price towards the upside. So you know, it's all good and dandy. It's all good and dandy. Now we can definitely look at Algorand. A long time since we looked at Algorand up here, so you know, we can definitely check it out, see what's happening with Algorand. Did it break the important structure or anything like that? This looks like a bullish engulfing candle up here, but you know, we still got something like sorry, this is a weekly time frame. this actually looks good. On the weekly time frame, it does look like a bullish engulfing candle, but on the weekly time frame, we still got five days left. Now, if this does stand, maybe even move above the 10 moving average, this can actually be quite bullish for Algorand. Let's go and start with the weekly time frame up here. Pull up some nice trend line up here. I already see one trend line up here, something like this going on. Let's remove this. Let's be precise, guys. Let's be precise. There was this trend line up here. No, this is the trend line up here that got broken because this one over here got broken as well. So we got this one up here and this one up there. Trend line up here. There is resistance up here. You know, it's still not out of that move yet. But this looks legit, this looks legit, this looks like, see down here, once went down, it broke the trend, retest the trend right now going up here, the resistance should be up here somewhere. Let me show you here on the daily time frame a little bit up here, and pop some moving averages up here. Now we did pump above the 10 and 20 moving average, so this looks like did hit some kind of bottom up here. It needs to get above, what's that? It needs to get about 75.9 or something like that. That's going to be around 50 moving average up here. There's going to be major resistance up here. If you can get above here, maybe consolidation here and breakout, that can actually be very nice. Unfortunately, this 70% move came on the bottom and not at the top. You know, we didn't break anything very important when it comes to resistances. Even this daily trend line. Let's pull the daily trend line, something like this up here. Yeah, this looks nice. So you can see this daily trend over here that's been happening on the downside. Right now it is broken, but this candle needs to close above, you know, 67. Still something like 16 hours left on the daily candle, you know, so there is a long way to go. Whether this is gonna pull back or not, or just stay up here, it kind of depends a little bit on Bitcoin, but it is bullish news, and news can pump the price like 20%, like you just saw over here on Algorand. So Algorand definitely doing okay so far. Long term, it went below 10 and 20 moving average. It did, you know, trying to find some kind of bottom down here. It is down how much by now? Right now it's already down 82% on the downside, and you know, good coins don't go down 90-95%, they go down 80-85%. So it's already hit some kind of you know, consolidation phase on the downside. Whether this is the bottom or not, it needs to be seen. You know, this big time frames down here, probably some kind of falling wedge just like Bitcoin. Let's just double check that up here a little bit for Algorand right now. Yeah, very nice falling wedge as well, but it needs to break out of the falling wedge just like Bitcoin has to do. So again, it depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin does break towards the upside, Algorand might also break towards the upside. If it goes on the downside, Algorand also might go to the downside. It is following Bitcoin right now on this falling wedge. That said, guys, exciting times. We need to get above right now. This breakout needs to happen very soon. It's gonna happen today. Where did my lines go? Where did my lines go? Yeah, this breakout up here needs to happen up here out of this triangle. That's the most exciting thing today. Hello TLA, how are you today? I'm very well, Gaber. Thanks for asking, man. Thanks for asking. Doing good. The weather is nice. So basically it can go up or down. Master, is this your first day in the technical analysis club, man? Is this your first day? Of course it can go up or down. That's how this works. If two football teams are playing, you know, either one can win or the other can win, right? That's how technical analysis works. You know, one of the team wins, but we do not know which one. We base predictions on what can happen, but we do not know which team is gonna win. You understand? Yeah, like, come on, man, come on. Don't be one of those guys, oh, it's 50-50. No, it's not 50-50. It's 53 and 47. It's 75 and 25. It's 13 and 82, you know. It's probabilities. I'm just teasing you, but I know, man. I'm just joking. It's all good. I don't take it personally. I mean, if you do bash to TI, I'm gonna take it personally, but nah, just kidding. Not gonna take it personally. All is good and nice. I'd rather hold Phantom. Maybe it's good, man. Maybe Phantom is gonna pump. I don't know, man. I just don't see bullishness in Phantom right now. It's been bleeding, you know, steadily towards downside. This might have been some kind of, you know, see here, it is increasing speed towards the upside, technically downside up here. it's so much easier, you know, drawing trend lines on drawing trend. Maybe this trend line, maybe this up here. No, this is not it. So this is the trend line. So it is increasing the trend towards the upside, technically towards the downside. Now the question is, you know, if you want to stop this, that seems to be a parabolic move towards the downside. If you want to stop this, you need to break this trend up here. Now this trend up here right now is around 20 moving average on the daily time frame. Unfortunately, we are not even close to that right now, but it can be some kind of, you know, bottom down here, because it does look like a, you know, capitulation, you know, sort of a capitulation candle up here, which right now it can climb above these, you know, towards the upside. Now how high it's gonna come? It just goes up here and it goes down and it goes up here. Eventually it climbs up. I don't know how the, you know, stuff's gonna play out, but you know, I know where the lines are. So Phantom, you know, Phantom started, you know, being very, very bad after the two guys left Phantom. I think a lot of FUD came out, and the FUD seems to, you know, right now to play out. So these streams are always fun. Morning, brother. Dobre dan. Dobre dan. Dobar dan. When case ends, I'm expecting huge gains, but they said it's gonna end in 2023, so you gotta wait at least one more year, man, when it comes to FTM. No XRP. All the broken on the channel, according to me, retesting now. Let's check out XRP, because, you know, we haven't been looking at XRP for a long time. I don't know what kind of channel you're looking at, but it is keeping this support at 0.60. You can see this trend being broken up here. Now this trend line up here does say that we can definitely go all the way down to 0.3, and I am projecting a 0.3 on the downside if, you know, Bitcoin gets capitulation. So if Bitcoin gets capitulation towards 23, 24, 25, you can expect XRP to go back to 0.3. But right now it is keeping the support. As long as keeping support, it's all good and dandy. Let's go to the weekly time frame, see how it's looking on the weekly time frame. It closed below the 100 moving average. Very important level of support up here on the 100 moving average, close below that. Right now holding these levels down here at 0.6, and now these moving averages up here a little bit, you know, up there, so they're not pushing us quite on the downside yet. So I definitely see that, you know, we can bounce off the support up here. Doesn't seem that the support is that ugly right now. The 200 moving average is down here at 0.5, but you know, this 0.3 trend line might happen. So, you know, how much is this on the downside down here right now? That's 70%. Down here is 50%. Now XRP, when it moves, it is volatile, so definitely some kind of 0.3 can be in picture, but also this 0.5 line, support line, can hold in case Bitcoin does move on the downside. So we're gonna follow and see how this actually works out. The most important line right now to break this downtrend over here is over here somewhere. This is the short-term trend line. That is the 10 moving average right now. This trend that goes over here. There are of course other kinds of trends right above us, but you know, those are long-term trends. Especially this up here, you can see it's following very nicely this 200 moving average. You know, so it needs to break that. You need to come up here. You need to break that. You know, by then you are very, very bullish. But right now, you know, just short-term, these trends need. We have a very nice support here. If we can manage to break this trend, we might see a nice rally towards the upside, a little bit up here. So it doesn't look anything special or anything like that, but it is some kind of support, and everything is some kind of support. So I'm very hopefully bullish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has managed to get out of the triangle towards the upside. We can see some movement up here. Still 31 minutes left. Let's go to 30-minute chart, see where we are. Nothing is happening. Literally nothing is happening. But today there will be breakout, guys. Today there will be breakout out of this triangle up here. Depends on how you draw the triangle. Maybe it should be something like this. Maybe I did draw it a little bit differently. Let's remove the moving averages so that we can make the chart a little bit cleaner up here. Maybe up here, somewhere down there. Not totally quite like that, but you know, maybe down here, something like that. It still looks legit. You know, there is a couple of triangles that can be drawn on this chart up here, but you know, there will be breakout today. Watch the breakout, watch which way it goes. That's gonna tell the tale of what's gonna happen next with Bitcoin. Algorand had a big pump. It is like to continue to start coming down again. You think? Peace. Mike, you're late. We already talked about Algorand. Algo is owned by CIA. Then it's definitely gonna pump. Patience is needed. Yeah, patience is needed, guys. Anyways, guys, are you excited? 53%. They are excited. 47%. No clue what we're talking about. Interesting. Anyways, guys, that's it. Bitcoin Daily for today, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Central European Time. We do this show every single day, Monday to Friday, of course, 9 a.m. Central European Time, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin and the altcoins and, you know, everything else in the market. DXY, by the way, DXY hit 103. Somebody said it's hitting some kind of double top here. It can definitely hit some kind of double top. We are also projecting that this can actually continue a little bit more higher too, you know, because it broke the trend towards the upside. So it can definitely, you know, go up to some kind of 44, 45 levels up here, get a higher top up here, and then continue on the downside, because there is a secondary trend up here. Now, the only way we are not getting this higher top up here, if this trend up here on the downside doesn't get broken. So you can see there is some kind of trend on the downside down here. Now, if this trend, maybe it's already got broken. Did it already get broken? Maybe not. Let's put it down here. Doesn't matter. Let's be a little bit more careful, something like this. So the only way we are not gonna see you know, 44, 45 level top up here if we break this triangle, because if we break this short-term trend up here, there is no way this thing is going up to 44, 45 level, and then we might, you know, see a, you know, nice move towards downside, which can indicate bullish move for Bitcoin. So do watch that. Also on the DXY right now, this on the 1 hourly time frame. This on 1 hour time frame, you can see here we broke this 4 hourly trend towards the upside. That's why I'm saying this move can still go all the way up to 44, 45, because we are still strong actually. But if it starts breaking this even on the downside down here, I am definitely looking back to some kind of 100, 101 level down here at support. If that happens, then we have to see if it breaks on downside or if it keeps and continue pumping towards the upside. But right now this looks like it's some kind of local top and needs to pull back on the downside. The markets right now are a little bit in green and not much is happening. Let's go see how the daily closed. Yesterday daily closed with this big doji candle with a huge wick shadow on the downside, so it can be a little bit bullish. Unfortunately, long-term you know, price prediction for the stock markets, S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and so forth, does not look good. Everything is still dumping on the downside. Small rallies towards the upside, like over here for a couple of days, do happen. You know, small rallies do happen, but overall the trend is still on the downside. So do keep that in mind. Do keep it in mind. Superheroes are us, can't wait till this that tumbles. Flux is up 33%. Yeah, there will always be coins that are up 30, 50, 500%, even during a bear market, so there is nothing special about it. I don't know what Flux is, why it's up 33% though. But you got me intrigued, so let's check out Flux. Flux in crypto. Let's see weekly time frame. No, it just going into rage, but maybe, you know, it's still got 5 days left. So it's something, you know, if it closes after 5 days, good, it might be nice. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. This was the Bitcoin Daily on a Tuesday. Tomorrow, Bitcoin Daily 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. Subscribe, hit the like button on the way out, come back again, and we're gonna do another show. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm done. Oh, cheers, guys. I need to make coffee. Have a nice day, guys. Have a nice day. Here, it's very sunny. It is very sunny. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna do stuff. Bye-bye. I'm afraid the macro factors are gonna override everything in World War happens. Nah, World War schmuck not happening right now. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take for a while. We'll see. Thumbs up and around. Yeah, hit like button on the way out. On the way out, you can. I mean, that's the least you can. If you watch the show on the way out, hit the like button. Bye-bye.